It's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared. Fear lasts longer than love. Friendships that are bought with money mean nothing. You see how it is around here. I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. It's fear that keeps them loyal to me. But the trick is not to be hated. That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough where they need me, but they don't hate me. Don't forget what I'm telling you.
What's up, my friends, my people? What's happening, y'all? I got a little nervous before this podcast. I was stressing a little bit because I accidentally hit a button that put me in manual mode and my camera wouldn't focus. So I had to jump on the internet real quick, look up how to fix it, and luckily I was able to do that. What up with ya links? So everybody, I want to say welcome to episode, I think it's 38 or 39. What up, Trish? And welcome to July 23rd. And today, some of y'all got hooked in because of the title of my podcast. And the title of my podcast, wow, man, why does this dude always call me right in the middle of my podcast? I'm not going to, watch him. He always forget. Hey, man, I'm right in the middle of my podcast. I'm doing my podcast.
All right, right on. I did my phone. I got to check the podcast. All right.
Later. Okay. He calls like every time right when I start. Why do you do that, brother? Set a reminder not to call me. What up, Sweeper? Man, was that Big Sweeper? Sure is. What up, 71? What's up, everybody? Y'all know that I always go through like a little settling in few minutes when I first start. And he said, "Why I recognize that voice." 36, set a reminder not to pick up your phone and call me at 1 p.m. or 1:01 p.m. Yeah, you know, life is lifing right now. Life is lifing, and this is a transition window where everybody is going through a little something. And this is exactly when you got to chin up and chest out. As they say, you know, the devil is hard at work 24/7. What up, Spotville? Hey, Spotville, man, I got this picture of me and you, bro. And when I find it again, I am going to save it and show it on here. And I got this little folder, and I was throwing some pictures in there because I told myself, you know what? On this podcast, I think I'm going to just take people down the trip a little bit of some older pictures and speak on stuff. And while I was looking through the pictures, I came across this video footage. This video footage that has been tucked away since 2009. And this video footage was something that I have absolutely never shown publicly at all. What's happening, Michelle Stokes? Michelle Stokes is a high school friend. So that's when I can say, woo, we touching 40 years ago right there. 40 years ago. And what up, Arthur? Spotville said, cool, I would love to see it. So yeah, so this footage was captured in 2009 inside of our clubhouse. And yes, shots were fired. And I just kept it under wraps forever. So why am I showing it now? I don't know. I mean, there's an answer to everything. Why am I showing it? I'm showing it because I stumbled across it straight up, but it's been tucked away. I'm showing it because it's been a long time and I just feel like I can. Is it incriminating? Not at all. It's not incriminating. That's something I would never do. I think people know that, you know, I'm not messy. I stay in my lane. I stay tucked away. You know, if something gets messy, I don't throw gas on it. If something has the potential to get messy, I do my best to stay away from it. You know, this right here, what up, Humble? This right here is something that's just amazingly funny. So my thumbnail to this podcast, I can admit it had its clickbait hook out there, but I am still going to deliver. So it's not clickbait that it was shots fired inside of the clubhouse, and now I'm gonna show you some pictures of one of my old snakes. No, it's the clickbait part is how it really unfolded and what it was really about. You know, number one, I would never put anybody in harm's way. Number two, I would never host a toxic environment or a dangerous environment. I wouldn't host that. And, you know, facts. I know things have gotten so violent and toxic and uncontrollable out there. That's exactly why I choose not to host any events anymore. I was extremely successful in all of my events that I hosted. Let that be on the entertainment side of stuff, and let that be in the motorcycle club world. You know, I was successful at it. And when I started to pump the brakes, I was listening to the spirits, and I'm glad I did. So during this time with this video footage that I'm gonna show, you know what? Right here, this says moving minds. And for those who know, I told them that I would give you a shout out the next time you tapped in. And this brother right here, his name is Taco Meat. And Taco Meat, oh, wait a minute. Michelle said, and not to mention our parents went to high school together. Woo, that's right. Man, I love seeing and hearing, you know, the connected lineage of stuff, just that trail, you know. So yeah, thank you, Michelle, for saying that. But this brother right here, his name was Taco Meat. No, not was, but he was coming to my club. He was prospecting, and he at the time, I think he was just probably going through some type of transition that might have just had him a little bit more on edge on how he handled situations, you know. And I am blessed that, you know, me and this man has still remained, you know, friends, in touch. You know, cool little story. Taco Meat came through and put in some time to prospect with us. And we can tell that he had his own internal challenges. And Taco Meat, I don't even know if you remember this. This is when I had the bar / clubhouse in Montclair / Pomona. And he said the honor is mine. He said he's driving his semi tuned in. And something had happened. And the police were outside or up the street of the bar from my bar. And I don't think the police were there to have anything to do with my bar. I think the police were just kind of like just right up the street meaning like 15 yards from the entrance of the bar towards the corner. And Taco Meat, I don't know if you remember, but for whatever reason, you had flipped out a little bit. And you were on this bike and you were riding like circles around the police, literally like near their little investigation area. And you started tripping and you was like, F the police, F the police. And we was trying to calm you down. Now, I say all that, and not to go too much into the details, but nothing happened. You was just wilding out. And at that time, we was just trying to, calm you down for whatever reason. Now we fast forward and showing you the timeline. We end up at the other clubhouse in San Bernardino. So during this time, Taco Meat had put in some more time prospecting. So now, no, I think it was just his hang around. That's what it was. It was just his hang around. And before he could start his prospect, it was something that I told him he would just have to do. Something he would have to do. Nothing criminal, nothing, anything like that. It was just something that he had to do that would keep him within the perimeters of how everybody in One Down presented themselves. Okay. So he said he would do that. And on this day, we what up, Brian Brooks? How you doing, man? And blessings to you, Brian. Brian has stepped up and stepped into the One Down prospect program. Much love to you, brother. Give you a shout out and thank you. And so Taco Meat on this day, we was going to, bring him aboard as a prospect. So pretty much at this time, the club was huge. So all of us out front and Taco Meat pretty much standing right there in the middle. And so I presented, to, bring him aboard as prospect. And Taco Meat, I don't even know if you remember this detailedly. You should, because it had everything to do with you. And then, boom, Taco Meat just flipped out, completely flipped out. He flipped and just basically disagreed on doing what he said he was going to do to start his prospect. But he came with like a bunch of attitude fire, Hey there. What up, Ken? Oh, what's up, Ken? And so now it got people riled up. Cats was mad. And Taco Meat, let me just describe him. At that time, he had some type of dread-looking braids. And I don't know, in my exaggeration, he probably weighed about 120 pounds. And we called him Taco Meat because he had just a bunch of little curly, tight, hair particles that grew on his chest. And it looked like taco meat. That's why we called him Taco Meat. And so he just went berserk. And then, boom, cats wanted to just like put hands on him. And I was just telling everybody to chill. And then right at this climatic moment, when everything was exhausted and hands was about to be, what up, Maurice? Hands was about to be put on Taco Meat, literally put on him at this very, very, very second. You can just picture like, yeah, and then boom, this huge explosion, a huge explosion happened. And the explosion was about literally 20 feet from us. These cars had basically just went head up and wrecked right in front of us in the street. And I think one of the cars hit the gate of the clubhouse. If it wasn't for that accident, shit would have popped off. And that accident, unfortunate to the people who had it, happened at the exact right time, at the correct moment, at the split drop of a dime second. It happened at the right time. It completely interrupted absolutely everything because the accident was very, very bad. And at that moment, it created exactly what was needed for Taco Meat to bounce. And that was, I think that was the last I seen of Taco Meat, you know. And blessing, here we are today. Taco Meat tapping in remotely while he's driving. And I do want to say, it looks like Taco Meat has really, really established himself and got through some type of storms. And he looks extremely balanced. It looks like he has a family. And I'm happy for you, Taco Meat. And I'm proud of you because there was a reason that you came this way. And there's a reason that you still find, you know, an interest in keeping in touch with me. I got love for you, brother, you know. And whenever your travels allow, I look forward to you coming this way and seeing me in person. And Taco Meat just in the chat, he said guidance, you know. So much love to you, brother, and much love to you and your family. What up, bro? Finally caught a live. That's right. Thank you. What up, Ryan? And what up, Ray? Glad to see everybody typing in. Thank y'all. KC, what's happening? And people coming in from the other platforms through social media. Get to the story, Goldie. They like get to the shooting. All right. What they say? Yo mama is on Ozempic. Damn, that's somebody's name. That's right. Blessings to you, your day, sir. Okay, so get to the story. All right. So back in like 2008, 9-ish, that's when I started to be on Sons of Anarchy, okay? And with being on Sons of Anarchy, you know, I started networking, you know, gaining resources and, you know, enjoying what Sons of Anarchy had to offer. And like I've said before, in that acting world, it is extremely segregated, divided, segregated. And with me being a grim bastard and the Grim Bastards being the only, characters on that show that were black, except the one-niners, I became, like I said, the black contact for getting black people on the show. And so me, I'm a team player. I love people. You sitting at my table, you good. As long as you at my table, you good. My table comes first. So what that means is the access that I had to contact people to be on the show, I'm contacting people in my club first. So my club, again, during that time, we had a whole lot of people. And so I was able to get the show people for I don't know if like the neighborhood street gang on the show, they wore purple. They were called the one-niners. So some of my guys played the one-niner. Well, they played all the one. My guys played all the one-niners. Most of them, right? 90% of them. And then of course, the Grim Bastards. So I say that because I had this idea. And this idea was I wanted to see what type of little acting skills people had. And if the acting skills would be so good, people wouldn't even be able to read it in our club, knowing that we've all been hanging around each other for some time now. Partially where I got the idea was from Boys in the Hood. Some of y'all might know this, but in the filming of Boys in the Hood, when they're on Crenshaw, up the street from Wiener Schnitzel, when Ice Cube and them was in the middle of the street and the cats from the jungle, meaning the Bloods that came down, was walking in the middle of the street and they got into it. And when they got into it, somebody pulled out a strap and they bust in the air. Bust in the air meaning they shot the gun in the air. Bah, bah. When they did that, John Singleton had arranged that to where the people who were playing background and all around, nobody knew that was actually going to take place. So when the gunshots really happened during the filming of it, they were able to get people's real reaction because nobody knew that was coming. And people just got to scrambling in real life, and they used all that footage in the show. Some people might know that, some people won't. If you didn't, you can look it up and you'll see that what I'm saying is true. That's where I got this idea from. So my idea was, there was this girl who, at the time, what up, 36? She, on this particular day, she was just respectfully coming by to fellowship with us and say hi, and what up, Silverback? And so she was at our clubhouse, and one of my club brothers was, just talking to her in no type of flirting way, just talking to her. Let me see. Yep, Ice Cube did an interview talking about the very scene and how nobody knew it was going to pop off like that. Bingo. Yep. And so they're talking, and what I had staged was, I told my club brother, three of them knew what was up. One of them, and I'm okay to say these names, blessings to all you brothers. When When we was enjoying life together, we was enjoying life together. So this is a story of us enjoying life together. Countdown, Hightower, and I'm gonna just say Jay because it's the other. I can't think of his name right now. Countdown was on the couch talking to this girl. The girl, I can't think of her name, but you'll see her in the video. Countdown was talking to her. Hightower is basically going to get in his feelings that he came in to the clubhouse, and again, he catch Countdown talking to a girl that he should have known that Hightower was taking interest in. So Hightower is now just fed up for so many times of Countdown squeezing in and trying to holler at a girl that Hightower had interest in. Jay recognizes that Hightower got really, really mad and he stormed out of the clubhouse. So people in the club, they're all just sitting there watching TV, and people witnessing this, but they don't really know that what's about to pop off is about to pop off. Hightower comes storming back in. And when he comes back in, he has a blammer. Boom, boom. He storms in. Jay is trying to tell Countdown, hey, man, you better fucking bounce. He got a strap. Countdown has a strap also. And soon as Hightower comes storming in, he pushes X-Rated. That's his name. X-Rated. He pushes X-Rated completely out the way. And then they just get to dumping at each other. And these shots are very equivalent to the real deal because these are some professional stage prop situations. They get to blasting inside the clubhouse. These cats in the club flip the fuck out. One of them, this is how he got his club name. We called him Flash. He got his name from this actual day, this actual situation. This man just got you're supposed to run. Of course, you're supposed to run. But being that just stuff was caught on video, he just bounced and he really thought he was scot-free when he hit the door. But the door was locked. And you will see him like shake the door. And it was just like he was praying that he just probably didn't get shot in the back or just looked like he wanted to cry when he was shaking that door trying to get out. And people just falling over, laughing and all that. So I guess, one, it's just our business. And I just kept that completely tucked away for years. And it just kind of looked so real. I didn't want nobody to take that it was real, And for anybody and for everybody who was in there for that situation, this is something that everybody will always remember. And it's stuff like this in a positive way that, are bonding good memories in a fun way. Everybody was laughing. You're gonna hear true laughter. You're gonna see people cracking the fuck up. And I guess I'm showing this also, because life is just so stressful and people nobody's really happy anymore. Nobody's doing fun stuff. And I guess I just want to show this to show, you know, people just like what fun used to look like and how what you gotta do to create fun, you know. And some people might feel like this shit, that ain't fun. Motherfucker can really hurt on that. But at this time, I knew my club. I knew, you know, who was holding something, if so. You know, so in today's world, would I do something like that? Fuck, no. No, I absolutely would not. No, I wouldn't. But I just knew back then, you know, it would roll out correctly, and it did. So that footage, and so in the background, there is some music playing. So unfortunately, what's going to happen is when I play this live right now, when I play it live, you're going to be able to see it. But by the time this renders itself and goes through its YouTube software for editing and searching for copyright stuff, it's probably going to get flagged. And I'll probably have to take this whole video down, or in the editing software, I might have to it'll give me the option to mute everything. But at least y'all hear live to see it live. And if you're seeing this after the fact, then you're seeing something that's probably just muted, but at least I explained it all to you. Yeah, let me, what up, Steve? Let me, okay, where's the video? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Ah, man. Let's see. So as soon as I play this, you're going to see this is our first Clubhouse. And again, we allowed no cameras in here, no video footage. This is the first time this Clubhouse has ever been seen publicly at all. And I'm okay with showing it because we're not there anymore. I'm a true believer that a Clubhouse, you know, is something that should be respected as sacred. Now, there's plenty of people who show their Clubhouses, you know, so be it. And there's clubs that don't, you know. And if you do show yours, you know, so be it. No disrespect. I just choose to, you know, be a bit more discreet and mystique about one down. All right, so let me see. Grab this file. It is right there. So in this video footage, I am in the far back of the Clubhouse. And I'm propped up on, oh, what up, Dr. Phil? Much love, man. Dr. Phil is from a podcast that comes on Mondays, Bikes in the Hood. If you could tap in on that. And so where I'm sitting, I'm in the far back deep right. And I'm sitting on a stage, a stripper, like for strippers. We had a big stage in there made by the people that make our stripper poles and stripper stages. So you'll even see the tip rail of where I'm sitting. I'm sitting there and I'm leaned up against the pole. And I'm just playing it off like I'm doing something, but I'm actually filming it at the time with, I guess, my little cell phone. So it's a little grainy. It's a lot of grainy, but you can still make out everything. And this will show you like the complete layout. What up, Carlos? You can see the complete layout, you know. And again, this is one down. And this is, you know, as far back then, the level of where this club has always been and its pristine level of class and respect, and how we move and how we conduct ourselves and how clean this club is in its entireness, from the clubhouse to the members, you know. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get to it right here. Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh, motherfucker. Let me see. I hope I don't have to edit this. Oh, there it is. All right. Y'all ready? And I don't know if I'm gonna play it. And if you want me to play it again, you know, just let me know in the comments, you know. All right. Turn your sound up if you have to. And again, if you are at home watching this ever, you have to bring up the menu at the bottom and click comments if you're watching it on your TV. And when you click comments, you'll see the comments on the right-hand side of your TV. That's just in case people didn't know. All right, add to scene.
That's the, like the Black Porno Award? Oh, Twist.
So that's X-rated. There's Countdown and that girl talking on the far right on the couch. There's a Hightower in the black shirt. He looking at Countdown. He's tall back there. And he said, Countdown, what you doing, man? I told you about talking to females I'm talking to. He pointing at him, he mad. So he leave. I'm trying to play it off while I'm filming. So he left. And so that's X-rated on the left. And he trying to see what's going on. And so he gonna come back in telling Countdown, hey man, you better go, man. He got a strap. Countdown is sitting on the couch over there to the right. Oh, he tell him, hey man, you better go. So the dude that jumped up, they don't know nothing. Watch this. That's Flash right there. That's Flash in the white. I forgot her name. That's Countdown right there. Oh man. Yeah, so that right there was something that we laughed so much for the longest time. Probably been for years. You know, but yeah, that was Flash. If you saw, he was gone. You know, if you saw when he hit that door. That gotta be a fucked up feeling, huh? You hit a door when some shots are popping off and it's locked. But yeah, so that was the shooting inside the clubhouse. And so no, there was no actual shooting with actual guns. There was no real gunfire. Those are stage props. And what I did with that was I used that to, pick the cats who I was taking on the show, and basically I used everybody, you know. Um, Good tests some organizations use as trust tests. Um, but yeah, so if any of you brothers out there, that were in that video actually seeing it, man, that's just a glimpse at the good times that we used to have. Yeah. So for y'all who was looking at the video, you saw double double, you saw Hook, you saw a bunch of cats that you do remember. So that was extremely funny, extremely fun, and um, a trip down memory lane. When you people say the good old days, looking at the good times, that's exactly what that was. And that footage right there is something that absolutely nobody in that video has seen ever or seen since that day. Maybe when I re-showed it on my cell phone or whatever I was filming with. But now it is here, immortalized into the Matrix. And that was a stunt. It was not real. Nobody was hurt during the filming of that. It was for comedy. And I have been doing stuff like that before YouTube popped off. Before they created this term called, what they call it, I forgot what they call YouTube people. Ray said, I've seen it happen for real. Yeah. And blessings, you here to talk about it, but here is let me see a picture. I told myself, you know what, I'll see if I can take a peek at some pictures, so, and I think I might have showed this one before, but this right here is a picture of Cuddy, me in the middle, and my relative Shifty. This is an old documented picture that touches 30 years ago when I started One Down. And this is kind of one of our first little group pictures, and a couple of cats wasn't in it. But this is a picture that, has some strong, background to it on the launch of One Down. This right here, let's see. This right here. That charm was a charm that all of us, it was mandatory that we had one. And they were made out of gold. And everybody had an upside down one. And you put it, whatever you're going to put in there, rubies or diamonds. But we all had different girls. Everybody had a different girl. And, you never realize, if something is going to have value when you have it. And, I'm not going to use the word regret, but I had no idea where One Down was going to go. But if I did, of course, I would have saved mine. And that's something that I wish I had never done. I had mine melted down and made into another necklace charm, when I wish I would have just kept my original one. What up, Marco? This is a shirt that let me see. This is a shirt that I had made. I made it myself with my machine. And during this time, it made sense. And that's a shirt that I would wear. And it still to this day makes sense. And that is what, about 14 years old, 14 years ago. And it still applies today. It still applies today. And it's exactly what it means. You know, no bitch mouth. Just shut up. Stop bitching. And yeah. This is a picture that was taken right before. I got this picture taken when I was doing my tattoo, my head tattoo. What's up, Ryan? He said, I remember when you posted that picture. That's right. So this was when I was getting my head tattoo. And under that, it's I thought I put the picture in there, but I didn't. It's a kabuki mask. It's an Asian kabuki mask. And that tattoo, I forgot when I got it, but that tattoo has meaning, the kabuki mask. And most people cover up stuff because they're trying to cover up something that meant something to them or something. Oh, I do have it. Yeah. That wasn't the reason I covered that. I covered it just because I wanted to get a head tattoo. And that was the biggest, area that I could lay out this one down tattoo I was getting, that I wanted to get. And then this is the tattoo when it was truly finished right here. When it was really hitting, when you first get a tattoo, bam, screaming. And that was 6 hours. I did it in one sitting. Yeah, I did all that in one sitting. And when you get a head tattoo, the most trippiest part is you can hear the needle hit the skull. That's the trippy part, But all my tattoos hurt. So to ask me, did it hurt? Fuck yeah, it hurt. They all hurt. But here is a picture of the tattoo. Like I said, before, it was a kabuki mask right there. Yeah, there it is. And this is me, young little soldier back here. This is probably 26 years ago. Yeah, 26 years ago. So 26 years ago, I guess right in my early 30s, I guess. I was bored. Look at my little backdrop from white bed sheet. Oh man. Let me see. One more. Right here. Boom. And that's another thing right there. The first generation original one downs, we all had that around our neck with an upside down one. So if any of you ladies in the United States have ever came across a man with that upside down one, Now you know what it means and where he came from. But yeah, so that was a little trip down memory lane, and the shooting again was not real. It was staged. It was for comedy reasons, and nobody was hurt during the filming of that. I want to say to everybody out there, thank you so much for, tapping in with me on these Thursdays. And if I disappointed anybody thinking they were about to see a real live shooting, just know that I would never, ever show anything like that. I'm never going to report any type of junk business on my platform or come out of my mouth. It ain't my business. I would never do that, And for the podcast stations that do that, that's just how they roll. I don't. I recognize motorcycle clubs as motorcycle clubs, not as the G word. What up, D? He said he got caught up in a business meeting. Right on, man. We're glad you was able to squeeze it in. Not disappointed at all. I knew there was a angle to the story. I was just watching to see what it was. Oh, yeah. And so this brother right here, 71, now you got to see, some footage, in the club before you made one down your home with us, and you pushing 13 years. So I thought it was something else. Let me see. Yep. That was all new to me. That's right. If there's anything folks got coming up in the motorcycle club world that is, open to the public, open to motorcycle clubs, that's safe, and you want to, slide it to me, I can review it. And of course, I'd be more than happy to, put it out there with some exposure. And in closing, I do want to say again, One Down Motorcycle Club is recruiting. Okay. And it's a certain type of man that is going to be a certain type of fit for this club. A certain type of man who is financially stable. A certain type of man who is mature in how he handles life and his affairs with his business life and his personal life. A man who knows what he doesn't want in a motorcycle club. He knows what he doesn't want. Okay. A man who has a motorcycle that's reliable. A man who is not engaged in a whole bunch of extracurricular stuff where he's all stretched out. And the club is something he's trying to squeeze in. Not at all. That's not going to work. Again, I want to commend the men that have came to One Down. And I'm really, really impressed at the men who have chosen to come this way, because it's a certain type of man, like I said, and I'm really seeing a good caliber of men in this, prospecting program. Spotville, I remember some of the guys in the video. Cool going back in time. That's right. Arthur says, Not motorcycle related, but National Junior Olympics will be in Los Angeles next week, hosted by my track team. If anyone is interested to come see them get smoked, not for real, he didn't say that. Interested and have athletic kids, first time in 30 years, open to the public next week. Right on, man. Good to put that out. But because you brought that out, I also want to say this. I don't know if people know this, but they have just released the first year ever 100% legal all Olympics. It's a steroid Olympics where everybody is on steroids. Everybody. It was in Vegas, and I guess it's going to be hosted there. And I guess they're doing some type of 5-year contract or something. And these people who are in these Olympics, everybody's on steroids. All these cats do some type of extreme, like testing and all this type of stuff that's involved. You got some huge money backers that's backing this because they're actually wanting to, monitor how this is working with these steroids. And these people that are competing, they're actually getting paid, like if they beat a record or set a record, they're getting paid like millions. So it's a very money-driven event, and this is going to really change the fabric of probably the sports world. Am I promoting steroids? No, I'm not. Zero, not at all. I'm just letting you know something that you're probably not aware of. You can go to YouTube after this and type in steroid Olympics, and it's right there. What else I was going to say? There's a movie out, okay, and it's based on a real life situation, real life. And it's been kind of like tucked away. This government, they hide stuff. And it's called The 42nd. Let me see. The 42nd. 42nd. I don't know if it's called a 42nd or 43rd, and it's about this military situation of these Buffalo soldiers back in 1917, and they was going through just a horrible racial situation that almost just sounds like, okay, that ain't new. But what happened was these cats got so fed up and got so sick of shit that they basically, thought something was going to happen. And they just went through this town, just lighting up every single person that looked like the enemy to them. And during that time, the enemy was people who wasn't the same color as them. And so that was documented as like the biggest court trial, not court trial, but something like in history. But a lot of people don't know about it. If you look it up, you'll see it. And it was 100 people, I think, on trial. And I think they executed probably like 17 or 19 of them and all kind of stuff. But it's just a heck of a crazy movie. And a friend of mine named Mo Cray, he was in Sons of Anarchy with us. He's in it. But if you look that up, it's really good. The steroid Olympics is called the Enhanced Games, where the competitors are able to use performance-enhanced drugs. Y'all got to check that out. We are living long enough to see a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm going to be the first person to say it publicly. I'm looking forward to seeing the first 100% AI movie. Okay. And for anybody out there, actors and actresses, even musicians, I'm telling you, y'all ain't going to see this. But if you do, I really hope you're working on something else, because your life is changing dramatically. That lifestyle of being an actor or an actress is about to be no longer in existence at all, or in its smallest format. That's going to be replaced with AI. Live commentary to report on something, That's going to be there a little bit longer because even that's going to be, replaced. But actors and actresses and musicians, I mean, we can all say it. Everybody say it. I mean, I ain't got no problem listening to some AI music. AI music be hitting. And that's kind of unfortunate, that it's replacing, humans. Some of the AI music that has been coming out is actually fire. Yeah, that's what 71 said. So even if you're watching this and you're a striving actor or actress trying to get out there, you might want to change gears right now because you're about to end up on a dead road, So yeah, everybody hang in there. Put yourself around positive people. Positive people. We're at this point in life now where, what up, Chad? You cannot afford to be around nobody that ain't doing well. If you know this person is not doing well and that's just the life they've been living, you got to step the fuck away from that. You got to get away from it. You can't afford to be around nobody that has nothing to lose. You cannot be around those people. You cannot be around no person that has nothing to lose. You cannot be around miserable people. You can't be around dark-minded people. You cannot even entertain that anymore. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. This world is grabbing a bunch of weak people by its ankles and pulling them down. And a lot of those type of people, they will do their best to pull you down with them. And today is tough. And it's tougher for the weak ones, And I'm just telling people, man, you better do everything you can, everything to keep yourself upright. And the best thing you can do is just stay away from miserable people. Remember that. Miserable people. Stay away from people that really, 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 really do have a lifetime of financial struggles. A lifetime of financial struggles. It's written on the wall right there. It's written on the wall. If you meet somebody and you just realize, you see it, you hear it, they just got so much mess going on. Deal breaker. Trust me, deal breaker. Leave. Even if it's just a friendship, leave. If it's romantic, you a dummy. You a straight fool. Okay? This is absolutely no joke now. 71 said, I used to tell my people that were looking to get involved with someone, female, business, or whatever, to make sure that they had as much to lose as you do. Facts. Facts. You cannot engage yourself at no capacity with somebody who has nothing. Who has nothing. You got to leave that alone. There's a reason they don't have nothing. That's the facts. There's a reason, So, blessings to everybody out there. Don't get caught up with nobody's junk. Don't get caught up with it. Keep your head up, chest out, keep smiling, keep enjoying life, create your own happiness. Don't expect nobody to create happiness for you. Oh yeah, if you want to see a show, I don't know if it's on Hulu, but I used to follow this brother named Young Pharaoh, one of the most intelligent brothers I've ever seen walk planet Earth. Young Pharaoh was his name. And he was so tapped in that I'm not speaking conspiracies, but something happened to him. Okay, before he went left. Okay, but young Pharaoh went in on this dude named Nature Boy. Okay, and Nature Boy documentary pretty much I think it recently just came out. So if you want to look it up, it's called Nature Boy something, and he got braids and shit like that. And so basically he was like a brother from New York, and he had a barbershop. He sold it, and he wanted to just go into the world and basically start a cult. And he just got so deep into it and so wrapped up that shit got jacked up, really got jacked up. But what really caught my attention was the difference on, you know, this system, which has been in place forever. So it's nothing that new that I'm about to say. But I watched this other documentary. In this other documentary, it was this white kid. He was 20 years old. He went to the military. He started dating this chick who was a senior in high school. She was 18. They met. 5 months later, they get married. But while she was in high school, this was documented. They even showed it in the documentary. While she was in high school, however clean way they wanted to say it, but they showed like several different pictures. And what they were saying was basically she was a little hoe. And she had a ton of different little boyfriends trying to settle herself to find the right guy for her. So she ended up meeting this dude who was 20, who was in the military. 5 months later, they get married. So while he's in the military, she's living in, I guess, military apartments or some shit like that. And he catches wind that she is having a friendship with one of her exes. He comes home 12 minutes later. A bullet from his AR-15 goes to the back of her head, out the front, and straight into her computer monitor. So he shot her in the back of her head while she was at her computer. He claims it was an accident. And he was fighting that, not incarcerated. He's a white dude. His mom is white. The chick is white. Shot her in the back of the head. He's just saying it's an accident. They got all this documented text messages of arguing and all this stuff. Now, I say that, pause. Now go to Nature Boy. Nature Boy starts this cult, and he starts, getting people to follow him and all this type of stuff. And he's going to different countries with all his people, and he got girls and guys and girls massaging him and money coming in and everybody having sex and all this stuff. One of the girls find out about Nature Boy. She goes there and she wants to take part in it. Then they doing everything. Then she decides she wants to leave. So Nature Boy is like, okay, well, you gotta, give me that ass one more time. So they smash, and then she leaves. Nature Boy, I did something stupid. He posted a video on Twitter of them smashing. Some lady catches it, contacts the girl and said, hey, he can't do that, And she talked her into going to the police. The police talked to her about the sex video, and then they ask enough questions and they let her know, well, we just heard something that you said, and basically what you just told us was he rapes you. So they stumble across enough evidence to charge him with rape when they done had consensual sex many times. Now, what I'm getting at is he goes to court in 2024, Nature Boy, aka Shop. Yeah, because he from back east. Thank you, Links. And I'm not defending none of this. I'm just telling the story that I recall. In 2024, he ends up Bishop. Exactly, Bishop. Lynx, were you part of the cult? Were you part of the cult? Huh? Yeah, he did go by Bishop. She said, sorry, typo. Shop. Hey, I got you, Bishop. And now she laughing. They 2024, he gets sentenced. Okay. He gets sentenced technically for a sex act. Sex, but it's labeled as rape, but they don't have many a consensual sex. He gets life with no parole. Life with no parole for sex. He's black. The white kid that shot his wife in the back of the head with the AR-15, he gets 13 years out in about 6 years. I just find that like fucking crazy. He Nature Boy did have them thin girls on there. But so yeah, let that just be another reminder for y'all brothers out there. You know, this system is designed to still hang black people. If it's not by a rope, it's by these numbers. All right. And this is why you got to be so mindful as a black man. Number one. Now, I know other people will say, well, you got to be mindful as a Mexican, a white, whatever. Yeah, all that. But right now, I'm talking to people that need to hear it because these numbers affect us differently. These charges affect us differently. You got to be so mindful, okay, on your response to something. And the realest option you only got is to let shit go. If your life is not in imminent danger of death at that very second, you best let it to fuck go if you can get away from it or walk away from it. Don't let your pride get you twisted. Okay. Don't think that you need to respond to anybody of some verbal attack. Let that shit go. Verbal attack, text message attack, social media attack. Let that shit go. Let it go. Fuck what they saying. You know, it takes a certain type of, twisted cat to do some shit like that. And I'm just telling y'all, black people, this shit ain't no joke. You know, these cats are wanting to stretch cats completely the fuck out. I could name 2 celebrities who twisted on some sex acts. And one of them, I just really feel he should be out. One of them. Just come on out. The other one, he's about to get out. But the other one, that man needs to be out. You know? And on the flip side, you got this white entertainer who was dating a 13-year-old or maybe 15 as a grown-ass man. And he's idolized for it. You know? These laws are completely different for black people. Am I trying to start a race war? No. I'm just simply telling black people, you better chill your ass out and think about anything you about to do because it's not going to work out in your benefit. Okay? Your punishment is completely different from somebody else's punishment in the court system. It was systematically designed to be exactly that way. So, that I will close on and wish everybody a beautiful evening. Thank you for your Thursday. I will be back next Thursday to have some more fun with y'all. July 23rd is what it is today. So thank y'all for joining me. Much love and respect always. This is Goldie. And again, if you're looking for an amazing motorcycle club, One Down MC. That's this motorcycle club. One Down MC. Go to the website, type in the number 1, DOWNMC.com, and then go to contact and send me a link, and I'm going to call you right back. Thank you, Spotville71, Links, much love. T Ratchet, 36, everybody who tapped in. Thank you, Arthur. Peace, y'all. Y'all be good out there.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make way for the bad guy here. There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out of his way.